totalement nous entendre parler, mais c'est pas grave.
Et je vous demande d'accueillir, vous le connaissez moins, mais accueille quand même Monsieur Benoît Pétret qui va faire le modérateur. Voilà, je vous fais un gros bisou à tous, passez une super bonne soirée.
En fait, si on veut des super belles phrases, on fait lui.
Ça va.
Ouais.
Bonsoir. Vous me connaissez moins, c'est sûr. I'm so happy to be here with you tonight. It's such an honor for me to meet you. Both, sorry. And I have a few questions for you both, and obviously we'll give the mix to other people for you. On traduit pas, ça veut parler anglais, non? So my first question is before, after seeing this movie, when did you meet together? Did you know each other before the movie? Yeah.
Oh, hello. No, we met when you came to read for the movie. I'm wearing the wrong dress to be sitting here. It's France, right? No, we met when you came to read, and it was an instant magical chemistry. You know what I mean?
You know, it was, I think both Kristen and I subscribe to the same beliefs, I guess, as far as performance is concerned, or I'll flatter myself in thinking that at least. So I think we kind of vibe together on a lot of performance things, and it seemed very natural. To me, at least, I'm glad Kristen agreed, but I just came in for a day. I was actually coming from a Harry Potter convention. Oh, I was playing there, but I was also attending. It was kind of both. But I was at a Harry Potter convention. It was a LeakyCon, and I assume some of you were there, based on the response. And I had to leave early to go up to meet Kristen on a Sunday, and then I went right back to going to work, and the rest is history. It was a very quick meeting, and I think it turned out okay. Yeah.
You knew each other work before you met. Okay. And Kristen, there's a first question for you. I know you did a lot of different jobs before being an actress, right? And did you ever wanted to be an actress, or that's a shitty question, right?
First of all, you're doing a very good job, Ben. Ben, everybody. I think when I was really, really young, I wanted to. I mean, I performed in front of the mirror and sang into a hairbrush and stuff like that. But yeah, I didn't get into it until much later in life. I'm 75. I'm 64. Thank you. Yeah, I got into it kind of late, but I think ultimately it was always in me, and I really wanted to do it. I just didn't know that I could. Yes. I didn't do a lot of theater. No, I mean I did like improv, sketch stuff for a few years, but that's about it. How are you doing tonight, Ben? Good.
Is it okay? That way I can.
Chris.
Last week.
Shut up.
Just call me Wig the rest of the time.
Kristen Wiig.
Yes.
Okay. I heard you you've been on stage since you're 10 years old, right?
Yes, I have left a few times to go to sleep and eat again. I did a lot of theater stuff, yes, growing up.
Yeah, but the question was it finished?
Sorry, Steve.
You're welcome, Patrick. Kristen, was it your will to be an actor like 10 years ago?
Yeah, I'm very lucky in the sense that I always had a very specific goal ever since I was a kid, which as I got older I realized I was kind of in the minority because a lot of people, which is perfectly fine, I'm the rare sort of freakazoid that has always wanted to be one thing. It wasn't necessarily an actor per se, I always liked music as well, so I liked playing music, but I had a very distinct memory. I grew up in San Francisco, and a very sort of big figure in San Francisco was Robin Williams, because he lives there and his kids go to school there, and I went to school with his kids. And Mrs. Doubtfire was shot there. So Robin Williams is a big presence there if you're familiar with Robin Williams, obviously a great actor. Also the voice of a iconic Disney character, the genie from Aladdin. And I remember seeing Aladdin and looking around the audience, seeing how, and I wasn't this articulate when I was a child, but I remember very distinctly thinking, oh, this is so cool that all these strangers are friends for 2 hours, and that everyone's experiencing this communal, kind of cathartic experience via this genie. Well, hot damn, I want to be a genie. And then I found out that Robin Williams was an actor, so I was like, okay, I want to be an actor, and that was a very instant, so ever since then I've been like studying or training.
Julie, translation, est-ce que vous avez besoin qu'on traduise parce que...
Oui.
Je vous la fais en abrégé depuis le début. C'était donc la première question était de savoir s'ils se connaissaient déjà avant d'avoir fait ce film ensemble. Ce n'était pas le cas, ils se sont rencontrés pour la première fois lors de la première lecture du scénario. Darren à ce moment-là était à une convention d'Harry Potter et il avait dû partir tôt, c'était un dimanche, il avait dû partir tôt pour aller rencontrer Kristen et faire cette première lecture. Et comme ils partagent les mêmes valeurs éthiques un peu au niveau du travail, ils se sont tout de suite entendus, il y a une vraie alchimie au niveau du travail entre eux, donc ce qui a permis ce film. La question suivante était pour Kristen, de savoir si elle avait toujours voulu être une actrice. À vrai dire, elle est arrivée assez tard dans le monde du cinéma et du théâtre pour arriver à ce métier. Elle a commencé par le théâtre en faisant beaucoup d'improvisation, mais c'est que beaucoup plus tard qu'elle a eu cette vocation. Quant à Darren, lui par contre, il fait partie de ces gens qui ont toujours voulu, qui ont toujours su qu'ils voulaient faire quelque chose dans la vie. C'était pas forcément être acteur, ça pouvait être aussi...
She's making all of this up.
Notamment, un de ses souvenirs, c'est son admiration pour l'acteur Robin Williams, qui, à l'époque, vous le connaissez, enfin, en version originale en tout cas, joue la voix du génie dans le dessin animé Aladdin. Et il se souvient donc d'une expérience d'être allé voir le dessin animé et d'avoir trouvé le fait que pendant 2 heures des gens puissent entrer en communion finalement et être tous ensemble à regarder et apprécier un même film. Il a trouvé ça absolument génial et il est ressorti de là en se disant je veux être un génie dans la vie. Ensuite il s'est rendu compte que le génie c'était la voix de Robin Williams qui était un acteur et donc de là il s'est dit ah finalement je vais être un acteur. Et depuis il travaille et s'entraîne pour justement atteindre cet objectif.
Bravo!
Darren, you speak French, right?
Not enough. Not enough, yeah. It's better in English. I wouldn't embarrass myself. People actually speak French here. If this was an American audience, I'd go, oh, so smart. But no, yeah, exactly. And I'll give a long non-come. But no, not English would be better, if you don't mind. It's okay.
Kristen. You're a woman, right?
Can that just be the question? That's it.
Thank you, Kristen.
Thank you. Thanks, guys.
No, the thing is, you are the funniest woman in the world, you know that? And how do you, how do you do to be this powerful in this really ballsy Hollywood man world?
Wait, what?
No, Hollywood is really ballsy, you know.
Yeah, like male
Yeah, man of
oriented.
the place, you know. And
Yeah.
I mean, you are a powerful woman in the industry, you know. No, but how do you manage to be like, as a woman, a producer, a writer, an actor, and voilà.
That's hard to answer. I don't know. I just.
Do you understand my question?
I do.
Okay.
I think I do. Well, I'll answer it and then you tell me.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like so many things I sort of, after, you guys don't get Saturday Night Live here, but she watches it. That was really my start, and after that I had more opportunities. Do you keep going? Okay. Had more opportunities, and I just really like all aspects of it. I like producing and having a part in what the movie ends up like, and acting, of course, and writing, and I don't know. I don't really know how I got here.
Because there's plenty of men comedians in France and and when you're a woman, I think it's you have to have guts to work as you do. That was my question. Okay, thank you.
Bon, la question, vous l'avez tous toutes compris, c'est Kristen peut être considérée comme la femme la plus drôle dans le business, dans le cinéma. Et donc, comment, dans un monde comme celui d'Hollywood, qui est surtout dominé par les hommes, comment une femme comme elle comment on arrive à s'imposer quand on est une femme? Alors la réponse, elle ne la connaît pas forcément, mais donc Kristen a débuté dans Saturday Night Live, que donc certains connaissent, et de là, d'autres opportunités sont arrivées au fur et à mesure de travail, et elle aime en fait tout ce qui touche à la production, donc savoir pouvoir être impliquée sur toute la durée de la production d'un film, bien sûr être actrice, écrire aussi, donc elle aime toucher à tout.
Chris.
I know why you're such why she's done so well. It's because she's an amazing actress and an amazing worker. She's being humble. She's an executive producer on the film, and it's really she's funnier than most men, and also has an extraordinary attention to execution and detail, and knows when to say no and how to say yes. And that lends itself into a lot of things, both in the business world and as being, as literally swimming upstream as a female, star in a man's world of comedy. So I think all those skills are very obvious to life. So why you are who you are just makes perfect sense to me. So anyway. If you want to translate.
Donc juste pour rajouter à ça et pour répondre à la question à la place de Kristen, c'est une femme extraordinaire puisque elle omet de mentionner qu'elle est quand même productrice exécutive. Elle est productrice exécutive donc sur le film que vous venez de voir sur Imogene, et je considère que c'est une femme qui est parfois bien plus drôle que certains hommes dans le monde de la comédie. Elle sait exactement quand est-ce qu'il faut dire non parfois, quand est-ce qu'il faut dire oui, et donc je pense qu'elle a une personnalité qui est très importante et qui lui permet justement de savoir s'imposer en tant que femme dans le monde de la comédie qui est tellement dominé par les hommes aujourd'hui.
And Darren, how was it to work with such actors like Kristen and Annette Bening and Matt Dillon? Was it your first long feature?
Yes, I mean I had done films of no consequence in college or what have you, but this is this is certainly the first big feature film where I got to be alongside people that were household names for me. Christopher Fitzgerald, who's a big Broadway actor, and Matt obviously, and then Kristen. People who I greatly admired and knew their body of work. So for me, that was just a big fanboy experience, and I basically took notes the entire time. I was exhausted. I was flying back and forth every day, and anytime Matt Dillon and Annette Bening had a scene, I would probably be taking a nap in my chair because there's a lot of waiting, but I'd have to wake myself up and be like, shit, like, if you told me that Matt Dillon and Annette Bening were doing a scene and I had full access to sit next to them and check it out. Like when I was in school, I would have freaked out. So I kind of applied that enthusiasm to, you know, and I would just show up and I would just be a big goober and just hang around on set all day. I think Annette thought I was like tweeting, but I was actually just writing everything she said down. Because she said a lot of things that were very interesting. So it was like a master class. You know, I went to acting and performing as I attacked at a very academic level. So this was like a master's course. The best actors tend to bring out the best in other people, and so I basically just had to stand there and let them make me look good.
La question était, pour vous, Darren, qu'est-ce que ça vous a fait de travailler avec des acteurs comme Kristen Wiig, Annette Bening ou Matt Dillon, puisque c'était, si je ne me trompe pas, votre premier film long métrage. Donc c'est en effet ma première expérience sur un long métrage, et en plus c'était l'occasion de tourner un film avec des acteurs que j'admirais depuis mon salon avant, des personnes comme Criss Kristen, Annette et Matt Dillon. Et en fait, pendant tout le tournage, j'ai pris des notes pour apprendre de ces grands acteurs. Parfois, quand, par exemple, Annette et Matt avaient une scène ensemble, c'était plutôt l'heure où je pouvais me reposer normalement ou faire la sieste. Et j'étais obligée de me secouer, de me forcer, de me dire, voilà, si quand j'étais étudiant, on m'avait dit que j'aurais l'opportunité de voir ces deux grands acteurs travailler ensemble, je me serais jetée sur cette occasion. Donc j'allais souvent sur le plateau du coup pour les observer, pour regarder comment ils travaillaient. Je crois qu'Annette d'ailleurs était convaincue que je tweetais tout le temps, mais en fait je prenais des notes sur sa façon de travailler. Donc cette expérience sur le tournage, c'était pour moi comme une masterclass, c'était vraiment une façon d'apprendre, et je pense que les meilleurs acteurs arrivent à faire ressortir le meilleur chez d'autres acteurs. Et donc en fait tout ce que j'avais à faire, c'était me pointer, être sur le tournage et les laisser faire que je sois le meilleur de moi-même.
Kristen, you well known here for Bridesmaids. Tout le monde l'a vu? Oui, mes meilleurs amis. En le français.
It's not called Bridesmaids.
No. You wrote it, and I've read that you waited like 4 years before shooting it, and that was the end of my question actually. I have an intro. The intro was like, in France, in this time, it's quite hard to make movies because of the crisis, you know, and movies. It's kind of hard today to make movies. And what was it that hard for you to shoot the movie?
We started writing it, and it kind of went through a lot of processes of rewriting. Is this going to happen? Is it not going to happen? Maybe similar to here. At one point, it wasn't going to go, and then we heard, "Wait, what are you doing with that script?" So it just kind of it took a long time, but I'm kind of glad it worked out that way. It just goes to show that you have to be patient, and things really do happen for a reason. I know that people say that, but it's really true, because we ended up getting the cast that we got, and because of all the rewrites we had to do, we ended up with better scenes, and movies take a long time. And sometimes they go away, and they never come back. Sometimes they come back, you know. Yeah.
Can you do anything you want to do, like this time?
I wish. No, I mean, I'd like to direct someday, and I'm writing something else, but I don't know the answer to that question. I don't know.
Donc vous avez écrit donc, le film, vous étiez scénariste sur le film Mes meilleurs amis, et si mes informations sont bonnes, il vous a fallu 4 ans pour arriver à faire ce film et à pouvoir le tourner. Donc est-ce que pour vous ça a été difficile, une expérience difficile d'arriver à faire ce film, puisqu'en France aujourd'hui il est assez difficile avec la crise notamment de réaliser des films. Donc en effet quand elle a commencé à écrire le film, ça a été le début d'un long procédé de réécriture de scénario, de savoir est-ce qu'on arriverait à faire ce film, est-ce qu'on n'arriverait pas, c'était des hauts et des bas, et donc ça a pris énormément de temps en effet pour qu'il voit le jour. Et finalement, j'en suis pas mécontente puisque ça montre bien qu'il faut être patient et que les choses arrivent pour une raison, et que grâce à au temps qui a pu passer, on a pu avoir les acteurs que l'on voulait pour ce film, on a pu écrire de meilleures scènes pour le film, donc c'est un film qui a en effet pris beaucoup de temps, mais ça en valait la peine.
On va passer aux questions dans la salle. On ne fera pas tout le monde tout de suite. Mais
Hi, so it's a question for both of you. So, which scene did you enjoy the most shooting?
What scene did you enjoy shooting the most?
C'est une question.
And go. Well, I really like to
My favorite scene probably was watching Darren sing the Backstreet Boys. I don't have any lines to memorize. I just sat and watched him, and I think that was your first.
That was my first
day.
We literally just met, and I said, "Okay, I'm gonna have to do Backstreet Boy for you now." Yeah, that was a very strange day. That was the first thing I had to do, and I had learned that the day before. After, you know what's really strange is on Glee, I had just done, It's Not Unusual. There was a number at the beginning of the 3rd season. I had filmed after doing that for about 15 hours, only to put eyeliner on and be so.
You had the eyeliner on.
Yeah, I already had the eyeliner on. So keep it. No, that was yours. Should we pass it off, or should I say my favorite? My favorite was there's a few. I liked all the moments that had all the guest stars that I'm a big fan of, like when Cynthia Nixon. I don't know who these actresses and actors are. Anthony Martin shows up in this movie, who's a comedy legend in North America, I should say. We just won a Tony, actually, which is crazy. Julia Stiles shows up. Bob Balaban shows up. These are a lot of great comedy icons that I got to kind of hobnob with, which is great. But my favorite scene is the last scene when we're all popping champagne in the car, because I got to in the middle of it. Yeah, we went crazy.
Late at night, and we lost our minds.
And it was after we had finished the movie. It was the first time we had seen each other in maybe a few months, if not more than that. It was actually a long time. We got to fly back to New York and put back on the characters that we had left a while ago and just pop champagne in a limousine. I mean, that's pretty fun. That was my favorite.
Donc la question était de savoir quelle était pour l'un et l'autre leur scène préférée à tourner. Donc pour Kristen, c'était la scène où elle a pu admirer Darren Criss en train de faire les Backstreet Boys. C'était d'ailleurs le premier jour sur le plateau pour Darren, donc c'est une chorégraphie qu'il avait appris la veille et qu'il a dû donc réaliser pour son premier jour sur le plateau. Pour Darren, ses scènes préférées, c'était notamment à chaque fois qu'il y avait des guest stars, des invités sur le plateau, donc des grandes icônes de la comédie américaine, nord-américaine, comme Cynthia Nixon et Julia Stiles. Et en plus de ça, la dernière scène du film, lorsqu'ils sont en train de tranquillement siroter un peu de champagne, puisque c'était une scène un peu spéciale pour eux aussi à avoir tourné, puisqu'ils ne s'étaient pas vus depuis des mois, et donc ils sont retournés à New York, ils se sont remis dans leur personnage, ils ont retrouvé leur personnage pour pouvoir profiter d'une bouteille de champagne, donc c'est toujours très agréable.
Encore 5 questions, on a dit. C'est pas moi qui choisis.
Allez-y la question.
Hi, question for Darren. So I was wondering, it's a very important question. How does it feel to wear eyeliner?
Does it feel like to wear eyeliner?
Yeah.
I don't know, I could ask you guys the same question. I don't know. You put it on and it makes your eyes look real pretty. That's about it. That's what it does. So it makes you feel pretty, which is English for pretty.
La question était de savoir savoir ce que ça fait de porter de l'eyeliner. Donc c'est une question qui pourrait retourner au public, notamment aux filles. En gros, l'eyeliner, on sait tout, hein, ça fait ressortir les yeux, ça fait se sentir très belle ou très beau pour un garçon.
It's like purdy. Healthy. It's not pretty.
Hi. I have a question for both of you. I was wondering if there was any improvisation in the movie that you can tell us about.
The entire movie, start to finish.
I'm trying to remember.
We shot this. I feel like we shot this movie 8 years ago. I don't remember.
We have a lot of actors who have a lot of improvisational background, which isn't to say that every scene was improvised, because there's obviously a script, but there was definitely a lot of wiggle room to be a little different than what was on the page. There's definitely some things that I think if people, my friends who know me will go, oh, you're just being Darren and that, and there's some other places where I think Chris Fitzgerald, or Matt Dillon actually, you know what, there's an answer to this question. Matt Dillon did a lot of improvising. There's a scene where we're sitting in the living room where he's in his rubber preventative suit. And what you see on camera is maybe about 1/4 of the rambling that Matt Dillon just did. I think I have a dirty secret, I actually recorded this. Because I looked at Chris and I was like, he's just going to keep going. So I just pressed record on my iPhone. I don't know where it is, it's like a 7-minute rant of Matt Dillon just saying the most bizarre, wacky stuff about going to Africa, dying, resurrecting yourself, the power of flight. Have fun translating. And he just like went off. So that was probably the most purely improvisational thing. But other than that, I think most of us stuck to the script and did what we could within that.
Thank you.
Kristen?
Well, yeah, I second that. And Michelle Morgan wrote an amazing script, which is who's in the movie. She plays George. Is it Georgia? My friend. At the very posh party in the beginning of the movie, but she wrote an amazing script, which is the reason we all said yes. So kudos to her.
Thank you.
La question était de savoir s'il y avait eu beaucoup d'improvisation sur le plateau. Les acteurs qui étaient présents sur ce plateau, qui ont pris part à ce tournage, sont des acteurs qui avaient un passé d'improvisation déjà, ce qui ne veut pas forcément dire qu'ils ont tous improvisé toute leur scène, mais c'était certainement quelque chose qu'ils savaient faire, et donc sur certaines scènes, il est fort possible qu'ils aient pris quelques libertés par rapport au scénario qui leur était proposé. Notamment l'acteur Matt Dillon, qui lui a fait énormément d'improvisation. Si vous vous souvenez de la scène lorsqu'il est dans le salon et qu'il porte son costume pour se protéger du tonnerre et des éclairs,